It was a history-making weekend for Nigeria as we had the Nigeria Canoe Sailing and Rowing Federation host the rest of African continent right here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for the 2024 Paris ICF CAC Olympic qualifiers. And of course, with that, I get to welcome you to a brand new edition of Von Sports Update, where we always give you the very biggest, the most talked about, and the most circulated talking point in the world of sports, ladies and gentlemen. On this edition, like you heard, the history-making edition of the Olympic qualifiers will be talked about. How about the conclusion of the Nigeria Volleyball Premier League that came to wraps? Champions are already ascertained. Also in this package, we shall be touching down at the Nigerian Premier Football League, where we have games played across 10 different venues. Ladies and gentlemen, how about the Liverpool-Manchester City match? Talk about the Garnacho scoring a fantastic goal, and as well as Arsenal taking to the summit. Don't go away. We shall also tell you about squash taking over the Serenity. Stay around just in a bit. Welcome back to the Sports Update. It's a full-packed edition, and of course, it's going to be here for the next minutes. We will be talking about some great conversation, but first, my name is Sean Pablo. I'll be your guide, and we will do this together. I have great gentlemen in the studio with me today. They'll be helping us do justice to the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, they'll be looking through all the sporting conversations that we have today. First off, let me bring to you a chief editor, digital media, Voice of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Chidi Nwoke.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Always look forward to all these discussions across the world of sports in Nigeria and beyond. Thank you for having me.
Sure have missed you, and you're welcome. Thank you for being here. And also from my right to left, we have a man who will be making his debut on the show today. Well, he's one who witnessed the historical event when Nigeria hosted the very first Olympic qualifiers. He was also there for the finals of the NVBF Premier League season 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, a freelancer with Vision FM and as well as We FM here in Abuja. Nonso Arinze.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here. Always a pleasure to talk sports.
Always a pleasure to talk sports. So let's get inside of it. We were able to have the very first Olympic qualifiers happen in Nigeria. Historically, it came down and Nigeria also picked ticket to the 2024 Paris Olympics. We'll tell you that the International Canoe Federation, also combining effort with the Confederation of African Canoeing, we're able to host it here in Nigeria, with Nigeria Canoe Sailing and Rowing Federation playing host, with 16 countries showing up across all regions of the continent. Nonso, you were at this event. You saw all how we wrapped up. You saw the excitement. You saw the euphoria. You saw how all the African nations came to Nigeria, and they were all satisfied. They were all pleased. They were all glad about the tournament, and it all wrapped up with Nigeria also picking tickets. What do you share?
Yeah, absolutely. It was, like you said, jubilation galore. On the final day, there was lots of dancing, lots of festivities, and a lot of the athletes, even across Africa, were really happy that Nigeria gave it a go, you know. There were a lot of issues that we did hold, we did not hold, but kudos to go to the president of the Canoeing and Sailing, and also, don't forgetting, Bowling Federation, for bringing this into Nigeria and ensuring that Nigeria gave them a spectacle. Like you said, 4 or 5 days of proper canoeing. The whole Abuja was agog with excitement, and like you said, to cap it all up with Nigeria getting 2
extra tickets. Haven't won 2 before.
Absolutely. Ayomide Bello, Awowi, the young lady who's doing so well. Kudos to her. And then her teammates getting us a ticket. It was a happy scenario. We saw Angola grab some tickets. We saw teams like South Africa who they felt at home, you know. At some point, we thought we were in South Africa.
South Africa, right?
Absolutely. So it was a spectacle to behold at the Jabi here in Abuja. Then, like I said, all is well that ends. Out of 8 tickets, we picked 2. In mathematics, 25%. It's not a bad score for hosting the first time, you know. So a sport that is not relatively known here, like I said, not very young sport. Less than 10 years it began officially in the world. to be going to the Olympics, something we should be proud about.
Well, we should be proud about it. And of course, just like I also said, we almost felt like we were in South Africa. South Africa competed 9 different events.
Absolutely.
And they won 9 gold medals. That was just incredible as they took the summit of the table right there at the Olympic qualifiers. Well, just as you heard it, South Africa finished tops on the table with 9 gold medals from 9 events. Nigeria came second on the table, winning 4 gold medals and 3 silver medals to cap it up for 7 medals in total. Tunisia won the most amount of medals, but they wrapped up in 3rd place with 16 medals which they won. It was 3 gold medals, 5 for silver, and 8 for bronze medals. Well, Senegal came in 4th place with 5 medals, 3 gold medals, 1 silver, and as well as 1 bronze medal. Algeria finished in 5th position with 13 medals in general, 2 for gold, 8 for silver, and 3 for bronze. Then Egypt were in 6th position, finishing with 12 medals, 1 gold, 5 silver medals, and 6 bronze medals. Angola wrapped up in 7th position with 6 medals in all, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 4 bronze medals. Morocco were able to finish up in 8th. They were joint in 8th, as well as Mozambique. Morocco and Mozambique were able to get for themselves 1 gold medal and 1 silver medal each, for 2 each. Well, in 10th position, Sao Tome and Principe. Sao Tome and Principe finished in the first African tournament. Talk about the Admiral Pobeni Africa Boat Race Cup, which happened in May, that also led to these Olympic qualifiers. They finished second, winning 5 gold medals in that one. But in this one, they were only able to grapple on silver and bronze medal. Just 2 medals to finish in 10th position. Ghana also came through, and Ghana finished in 11th position. Sao Tome in 10th, Ghana in 11th. Ghana only got 2 bronze medals. Cote d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Kenya, Seychelles, and Uganda all competed but couldn't get any medal. And they all are placed in a 12th spot. Well, it was a whole lot for the medals. It was a whole lot, like you said, South Africans. It felt very much at home. They came into the tournament with a lot of anticipation, with a lot of excitement and expectation as well. The president, Kim Popple, a woman of great character. Yeah. She brought warmth, she brought life and light, love and light to the event. And at the end of the day, they were just champions and they won it all. But going into the Olympics, where does Africa stand?
I think we've got a chance. I have to be realistic. We do have a chance. I listened to Ayomide. I think I spoke with her after the race, and she was like, she felt she didn't do so well. Because the gap between her and second before the tournament was like it was a gulf, what she was racing for was not to beat her opponent, but to race against her own time, and she fell short. So I think if Nigeria can get the right, and Africa can get the right preparation, which is what's very key. We had that they only had 6 days of training before this tournament, and I listened to Pobeni, the Admiral Pobeni. He kept on saying that the Nigerian do or die is what kept these guys going, because at some point they couldn't even get their canoe in. The athletes couldn't train. Some of them said they even touched down the water some days before the tournament, and a lot of things fought against the progress of these girls. But to get it, like I said, 2 tickets to the Olympics and get so much better as we did, it looks like a success at the end of the day, which it is. But so I think more preparation, exposure, get our athletes to compete against the best in the world. I spoke to a Senegalese athlete. She was like, she's been training in France, She just came back for this competition.
Sekombe.
Exactly. The coach of the Senegalese team is from France, and he just came to coach this team. So these people take this sport serious. They get expatriates to coach them. Coaches that have been seen it all with the likes of the winners, European champions, get them here and let them the technique they need. But unfortunately for Nigeria, it's been a hit start due to the fact that we do not have the facility here. First of all, especially the canoes, especially.
Hosting some of these events can actually boost canoeing and even other sports.
Exactly.
I think kudos to Abuja and Nigeria for hosting such an event.
Yeah.
It will bring more. It will bring more light into the sport in Nigeria,
get
more
people
awareness.
To love it, yeah.
Exactly. And, even the president of the Canoeing Federation said it that he was surprised about the level of competition in this event, and hopefully when we host more events in the future, we can even get more awareness to the game and grow the sport.
I was even quite surprised that they had more athletes compete. You know, like you said, 16 countries. Who would have expected that as much as so many nations will gather in Abuja, but they came in their number. So I'm quite impressed with the organization.
I mean, it's never been this big.
It's never been this big. And to do it at your first attempt, and everybody said, at least I got an interview with the representative from the world body, and she kept on saying, fantastic preparation. The organization was top notch from start to finish. And I know you would argue, okay, it was extended a day because of issues, but at the end of the day, they say all is well that ends well. And what a tournament it is for Nigeria. I just hope we can build. Now we know that the W League is not only for recreation. We could do some canoeing there. Get these athletes to compete against anybody. Just get them getting used to these canoes. And this is where we call on the sport ministry, who was there, Senator John Owuan-Enoh, who was there saying that they would give the support to them, to support them, and get Nigerians to start participating in the sport from the junior level.
Of course, when we had the opening ceremony, we had the president of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, Engineer Habu Gumel. He was there to also say that the board of the Olympic Committee will naturally pull support for this sport and for the athletes who will be representing Nigeria at the Olympics. We also had the International Canoe Federation president, the German Thomas Konisko. He was also there, and he also talked about how the world body is going to be supplying facilities to Nigeria to help Africa grow the sport on the continent. Also, the Confederation of Africa Canoeing, the president, Joao Alfonso, also gave commitment to how much they're going to put effort to making sure that Africa grow immensely in this sport. But I'm going to be asking you, Chinwoke, we always have this issue in the country wherever tournament is coming up, and then athletes complain of lack of camping, lack of preparation, and of course lack of resources available for them to be able to put themselves together. How do we go past this?
You know, this is all about management. This is where the sports ministry comes in, and Senator John Eno. I think, you know, he has to come in, seeing canoeing is still growing in Nigeria. There's a lot of work needed to be done. So to get more people, to get the youth to be more interested in this sport, we need to go to the grassroots to get, when more people are interested, then the government can come out and say, okay, see what's going on. We have so and so people here. We need to boost more money to this sports. You know, so it's all about funding.
I think we should stop even depending on government. It's that time for social private sector that would come in to look into the goodies they can get from sailing. If in the first attempt they can get this big, where would sailing, bowling be in the next 10 years? You know, do a projectile. I want to be here. I want to be here. And I know I may not recruit as much as I want in the present time because it's a baby sport. But the future of canoeing in Nigeria is going to go places. I think it's about getting the private, trying to sell the idea, which I think is what he did. During the closing, we saw different people from different sectors coming in to buy into the idea. And if they can get good... See, canoe doesn't need much. What does it need? A proper canoe and then a bank of water and the outlet. So we have lots of water space in Nigeria, so we can hold somebody competition around Nigeria. All we need is just a little support here and there. And I'll tell you, go to the South. There are a lot of people who do this thing for fun and are not being paid to do it. Imagine telling someone that now you can canoe and make money off it and become a superstar of it and be taking selfies with people like you and I, you know.
Some people use it for fishing and other
Absolutely.
So we can convert it to a sport, to a major sport that can bring in, you know, money into the country.
Of course, it is a call to the Ministry of Sports Development, and of course, as well as a call to the Honorable Minister, the man who a lot of people see as a genius when it comes to business. His creativity, ingenuity is now being required to come to the fore and help the marketability of sport in Nigeria. Well, I can't say more, but I can say that having the political class act of Senator John Owuan-Enoh, we're expecting just the very best for sports development in Nigeria. Let's conclude this story about the Canoe Sailing and Rowing Federation and tell you that the Confederation of Africa Canoeing Man of the Year Award went to the Moroccan Elaide Ashraf, who competed 2 events and won 1 gold medal and 1 silver medal as well. Let's also tell you that the CAC Woman of the Year, which is the Confederation of Africa Canoeing Woman of the Year, it came to who else but Nigeria's champion Ayomide Bello Powe. She competed 5 events, 4 gold medals, and 1 silver medal. Incredible. You just can't take anything of this young lady. She's a bright star, shining so there right in the sky, and the gaze that continues, the consistency that has seen her draw so many attention from global media houses. Ayomide Bello will probably represent Nigeria there in Paris, right there for the sport. We also had the coach of the year, Bento Alberto from Mozambique, while the CAC Para champion of the year, Martin Diatta from Senegal, who competed 2 events and won 2 gold medals. Well, I like to talk about Martin Diatta.
Yeah, a friend of ours.
A friend of ours, and he's someone with a lot of energy, positive vibe. You just want to love his environment. You love his countenance.
I think he's a happy fellow. We had a chat with him.
Sure.
And I learned a lot of French words from him. Remember, he said the meaning of Taranga. He let us understand hospitality.
Hospitality, yeah.
And the guy is a happy. You wouldn't even know that he's got this challenge. Very happy person. Like I said, very energetic, very contagious. And this is the reason why Senegal are doing well. You see, the whole team are rallying around him. They want to get advice from him. 2 events, 2 gold. The guy practically helped them in this tournament to move up in the medal table. So I think he deserves it. What an athlete he is. I think Senegal are blessed having him around there.
What an athlete, Martin Diatta. A young man, really with challenges, but then he's a champion, a para-champion, rare character, and of course we celebrate him here in Africa. We move on straight from canoeing, sailing and rowing straight to the NVBL Premier League, where season 23, that it all happened in style, where we have a contest that created history, and of course we have new champions in the women category. Tell you, it is their very first season, but it didn't look like it. They weren't even shy of it. They went 100% record. The chief of Naval Staff Spikers won gold in the women category with 22 points on the table and undefeated all season long. They also were able to get 3 players right there for the best 6, and also they have 6 players invited to the national camp. Incredible stuff for the chief of Naval Staff Spikers, who won gold, and congratulations to the champion Commodore M.A. Muye for leading such a successful side. Let's also tell you that in silver position, in second place for the women category of the LVBA Premier League, it was for the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. They had 100% until the final match against the CNS Spikers, which they lost by 1-3, and they settled for second place. Well, third place is the Chief of Armed Staff Spikers. Coas Spikers were able to finish in third position, and they did it with 15 points, while NSCDC did it with 19 points. They did theirs with 15 points and wrapped up the medal table for the women category. In the men, we had new champions as well. Champions of 2021 season are now champions of 2023 season. The hometown of Kwara, a bedrock, a household, and of course a fortress of volleyball, tell you that Kwara State always pull it strong, and of a volleyball club came to tell an Afonja story in a special style. Well, they also defeated the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in the final match in the men category to win gold medal and return as champions of the Premier League. Well, the volleyball club defeated NSCDC in that match 3-1, and NSCDC were there to settle for second place and silver. Meanwhile, for bronze, last season's champions, Kano Pillars, were placed in third position. Well, you were there, Nonso.
Yeah.
Tell us a recap.
Come on. Well, like I said, the ending was epic, you know. I think it was volleyball in Chelsea's. Wow. Nigeria's got talent. I never knew we could play so well, and I could keep a crowd on its seat for over 4 or 5 hours, even deep into the night, and people were still there waiting to see who will be crowned champions. CNS Spiker, like you said, impeccable all season, unbeaten. We all thought maybe it's like the final game would be the clip.
Exactly when they lost the first set, you know?
Absolutely.
It looked like it was going to be dramatic,
Absolutely.
right?
But they came back strong, straight 3 sets, and then 3-1 it ended. Wow, the NSCDC didn't have a response for them when they hit their groove. Same for NSCDC. It seems the biggest loser of the night. Losing in both finals, both male and female. But come on, it's volleyball, it's sports, it happens. There must be winners and there must be losers.
Sure.
But kudos has to go again to the Offa Volleyball Club. I spoke with the coach of the team. Sebastian Ajeme, the coach of VC. He said it's all about the grassroots.
Ajegbe Suleiman.
He said it's all about the grassroots. That they were young from schools. And that this is a school project. The majority of the players last season, when they won the league 2021, before Canoeing won 2022, they most of them had gone abroad. So, and if they had won it again, you're like, what's happening? He said the younger ones grew into the team again. And they say we'll not be surprised by next year these guys are gone abroad to play as pros. That is what grassroots sport is all about. There is always a place for continuity. I also spoke with Geraldine Okoye, the assistant coach of the CNN Spiker. She said the same thing, that they have under 10 team, under 12 team, under 15 team, that they can bring out 6-7 different teams as the speaker, and they'll play against each other. You wouldn't even know who is who. So, and just play down to all teams. I spoke with also the president of the FVBF talking about Nimrod and Musa Nimrod, and he said clearly that he's happy to see the kind of football because he knew the players you are seeing right now, the players who are under 17, they have all matured to the senior team. So the volleyball is at the same level. They are playing at the best level. And if these are the guys that will play for us and the others for the Olympics, we have a chance to make it to the Olympics. Don't forget, it's only one slot in Africa, so that's why it's very hard to get a Nigerian team at the Olympics. But come on, man, it was an epic spectacle. Kudos to CNN Spikers. Kudos to the NSCC for making 2 teams in the final. We spoke with I'm trying to remember the name. Aseleme, Mr. David Aseleme, the commander of manpower and training for the NSCC. He said he doesn't care. His team got to the final. 2 of your teams in the competition got to the final. Why should you be worried? It tells you that there's a progression. He knows that the players are getting leggy and edgy, and that is why they have junior level teams to help ease them in and let the other one grow. So, football in Nigeria is on the up. Kudos to Nimrod on what he's doing. There are lots of events lined up from now to the end of the year. I think for fans of volleyball in Nigeria, brace up.
Absolutely. Well, there's a whole lot about volleyball, just as you mentioned, a lineup program for the Volleyball Federation to happen still this year. The Under-17 Africa Championship will still play this year from the 30th of November to the 8th of December. It's going to play. But tell you about the Premier League. The champions were crowned with 800,000 naira in cash for dash. And they also had 2 volleyballs, 1 net and 1 antenna. The runners-up were able to go home with 700,000 naira in cash. They also had 1 ball and 1 net. Meanwhile, the bronze medalists in both categories, of course, were able to go home with 600,000 naira with 1 net and 1 ball.
Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner. I mean, you look at Volleyball Federation, and then there is no sponsor whatsoever. There's no prime sponsor, there's no sole sponsor to this federation, and yet year in, year out, we're experiencing Division 2, we're experiencing Division 1, we're experiencing the League Proper.
Like you said before, this is where we need private
sectors to come
in because the government can't do it all. So private organizations who are interested in the sport and want to grow the sport in Nigeria, this is a call for everybody to come in and invest. Basically,
I think the tools are there.
Yeah.
Sincere with you. The product is there. I spoke to Engineer Musa. He said the product is there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no sponsor. I asked him personally the question: what is takeout from the season proper? They said to him, the number one major takeout that there was no sponsor, and most of the money he's money out are from individuals' pockets. Coming together to ensure that this league goes on. We need to get sponsors. I want to come to a time where we can say the winner of the MVBF championship goes on with over 20 million naira. It will take a long way. Imagine a team like Offa, who is from the local government in Kwara State, a very small town, takes as huge as 10 million naira and go back and develop the sport in Offa. That means coming back, they will have like 18 or 20 more teams playing volleyball there. That is how. So I beckon on all these private sector come out, support this dream. Volleyball is the next big thing. I tell you, I know a lot of story about football, but There's hope in volleyball. There is hope in canoeing. We've seen what wrestler Mr. Daniel Gala has done with wrestling. And if we can take that template, as well, we'll be sleeping and say there's no competitive advantage because we do well in every sport.
Of course, very, very possible there. And I'd like to say congratulations to the chairman of the League Management Committee for the Nigeria Volleyball Federation, Controller Nkechi Ezugo, a woman of substance, a woman of class, a woman of great, great vision. And her vision continues to make sure that crystal clearly the dream of so many talents that training so hard in their different corners is actually being brought to the fore. Congratulations to the Nigeria Volleyball Federation. And also congratulations to the teams and the players that orchestrated the Premier League this season. From there, one Premier League to another Premier League. This one is football, just in the moment. From one Premier League to another Premier League, from volleyball to football now, let's talk about the game between Liverpool and Manchester City. It was a game that saw Erling Haaland score his 50th goal in the English Premier League. And ladies and gentlemen, it was one really to celebrate. I opened the scoring before the magic between Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who was able to cancel that one for a 1-1 draw. Man, ladies and gentlemen, also the Premier League, Arsenal has taken to the summit of the table. Okay. It deserves a round of applause.
You know, the Gunners have been working so hard. It's not easy competing with Manchester City, who are the defending champions. So it was an opportunity for Arsenal to take the lead at the top because Manchester City played Liverpool. Points. It was a very tough game. I was even surprised by Liverpool because they showed me that they are ready to compete for this same title all the way till the end of the season. You know, to hold Manchester City in their home. They were on a 23 home match unbeaten run. Yeah. So Liverpool actually broke the jinx. Kudos to them. Because I think
when you say broke, it looks like they won. Just a draw, man.
Yeah, you know, but when you can see that Manchester City can be slowed down or stopped, it also gives the other Premier League teams hope that okay, we can actually try and compete with these guys. We can't let them just walk over us every single time because Manchester City have been winning the league back to back.
They've won it 3 times in a row.
It'll be 5 in 6 seasons.
Yeah, it will be a record now if they win this season.
I think it was criminal for them to win.
So is that not becoming the Farmers League?
Yeah. I don't think so. The quality of the league is getting better, but Man City are spending bigger. And in the modern day football, it's about who spend the bucks. You know, you spend the bucks, you get the points. As simple as that.
It's not just about spending because even when Leicester City won the league, they didn't spend much money.
And then what happened? They capitulated.
No, because they sold all their best players. That was what I'm saying. The money they need the money. Okay.
If they had kept them and added 2 or 3 players, they would have still at least been there in the top 4, top 5. See, it's as much as we don't. I don't want to bemoan the fact that some teams don't have money, but I know football is garbage in, garbage out. The reason why I say Nigeria need to invest in sports so they can reap the reward. The Master investing and reaping the reward. We should just sit back and enjoy the show. Look at Haaland for crying out loud. This guy has scored 48 goals in 50 goals in 48 games. A record. It's sickening. It's amazing. It is inhuman. Yeah. No, it's at some point last year, but this time last year he has scored 18.
He's amazing.
Not even the drummers of this world could do that. His numbers is astronomical. What a player!
And he has been doing it everywhere. He has been at Salzburg,
at Dortmund, at Norway.
He's just
amazing.
What
an absolute player!
And he only took 2 to 3 touches to score that goal, and it took the whole Liverpool team by surprise.
I think he needs to write a textbook on how to score goals because the finish was exquisite.
Erling Haaland just might be a writer pretty soon if he gets to listen to Nonso Arize. Well, let me also let you know that when you look at the Premier League table right now, it is Arsenal on top with 30 points, Manchester City with 29, Liverpool 28, and Aston Villa with 28 points. I'm like, what are these guys looking for? What did they want?
The Unai Emery magic, you know. Come on, I don't if not almost Postana. I said to some people, hey, calm down. Spurs without Harry Kane is a depleted Spurs. Yes, you won 4 or 5 games in a row. The squad in depth will tell, and that's what happened to Arsenal when Arsenal had their own blip and then last season.
Of course.
So the squad in depth, you know, 11 players can't be fit a whole season.
It's not possible.
Well, injuries or the order. So Unai Emery has got a large squad who play. Whether he takes out 2 or 3 players, he's got, if not in the same quality, at least
People who
better
can
quality.
come in and do a job.
Absolutely, and that is what skip. Look at what he did to Spurs this weekend, and look at us now. Kai Havertz.
I wasn't going to get there.
Kai Havertz.
How about Garnacho's goal? How about Garnacho's goal?
That should
Chidi?
be the goal of the season.
I don't think so.
Goal of the season.
I don't
so
think so.
far.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Paul Onuachu. Did you see that goal into the Turkish League with his Latin back heel on the air?
Okay.
That goal is heavenly.
Yeah.
It's
But when I
come
say goal of the season, I mean
in the Premier League, so that
Premier
there's no
League.
contender.
Yeah.
But
No-
that Onuachu goal has got an
No,
edge.
no contender really.
No contender.
No contender really.
So far.
So far, no
far.
A
contender.
goal could come.
Although Sarabia's goal against Spurs
Come on,
for Wolves,
man.
it was amazing.
It was amazing. Control finish.
Yeah,
but
it
close
was
to the goalkeeper.
amazing too.
Close it. Garnacho
But
did not.
Garnacho's zone
He didn't look at the
class
goal.
above-
Technique.
It's a
It's
class
not
above
about
the
even the technique. The fact that he didn't even look at the goal.
Yeah.
The ball came in and it was bang. The composure to hit the ball so sweetly and get such a contact to the extent that
Yeah.
Pickford was stranded.
And
Absolutely.
we've seen that kind of goal only like 3 times
recently.
Ronaldo has done it. When
When
Rooney
Rooney,
has
yeah,
done
just-
it.
How about Ibrahimovic?
Very
I think he's
well.
done that
Ibrahimovic
too.
has done that too.
Ibrahimovic
But
has done that too.
and that's why I think I will go with Ibrahimovic. Why do the Onochos go so far in the whole competition? The fact that Onocho didn't even look at the post. The ball just came in and used his back leg and hit it.
Yeah.
But for Garnacho, he took a risk there. He could have been wayward over the post, but to get it so
I mean, I'm
so
going to
well,
say
was
that.
perfect.
Was he
That
lucky?
was perfect.
Was he lucky?
No, he
I
knew
don't
what he
know.
was
You
doing.
know, he knew what he wanted
He
to
knew
do.
what he was doing.
He could say, okay, if he tries it 9 out of 10 times, he won't get it. But the fact that he knew what he was doing,
And then he got it right.
The rule says if you don't buy the ticket, you don't fly.
Yeah.
He took that gamble, bang, what a go.
Well, what a goal from Garnacho. Why some are excited, others are in so much agony. Manchester City were able to drop points. Liverpool also dropped points. But of course, before these teams are even talked about, it was Tottenham Hotspur who took to the summit. And now they are on a 3-game losing streak. I don't want to talk about that.
Guess who they're
I
playing
don't-
next? Guess who they're playing next?
Who
They're
now?
playing Manchester City.
Wounded bastards.
Should we already count it for 4?
See, no, I asked. Not probably. I'll take you back 3 weeks ago. I said, kudos to Antikloglu.
Yeah.
And what he's doing. I want to see how they react when they lose one. When they lose first. And they lost. It's now 2. It's now 3.
Yeah.
It's now becoming a routine.
And
I fear for them.
and it could be 4 because Manchester City will be looking to come
I
back.
think it's going to be 4.
But you know,
I fear for them.
you think
Spurs
it's gonna be-
actually
Play
they
better
have
against
a
big
way
team.
of beating
The big
Manchester
teams.
City.
Oh, yes.
Right,
In
they do.
particular,
recent times.
Historically.
whether
do.
they are in form or not, they just surprise us. So actually, I'm hoping for a
It's
big
okay.
upset.
in that match.
As
Yeah,
Arsenal fan.
yeah, because we're playing a very tough Wolves side.
Yeah.
They beat Manchester City. So if we can get the 3 points there, then no matter what happens in the Spurs Man City game, we could extend our
I
lead
don't
at the
I
top.
don't want to bust your bubble a bit. That's not by top of the table by Christmas last season. Where did they end up? So it's
Should
too
I
early
blow your
days.
mind? Should I blow your
Please
mind?
blow your mind.
Mikel Arteta is a very smart coach.
He was
Trust
last
me
year.
when I tell you that Arsenal have learnt from that lesson. If Arsenal should ever go 5 points or 6 points,
Clear
there,
again.
trust me,
they will
we're
run
not
away
going
with
to
it.
capitulate.
We'll wait and see.
It will never be like last season
Wait and see.
because now we have the squad depth to.
Yeah.
Like now, because of Declan Rice, actually we know the impact of Partey in this
Thomas
team,
Partey.
Thomas Partey, and he has been injured for a
And
long
it's still
time.
not affected.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
And now
the fact that
Declan
they're
Rice
finding
has just, you know,
This
has
man
made
is
us
fitting
want to
perfectly.
miss
that
Partey.
swept us up the
Exactly.
Great
He
stuff.
has repaid
What an
that
absolute player.
105 million pounds we paid
It
for
looks
him.
like a radio.
Yeah,
It looks like a radio.
he's amazing.
From surprise to no surprise at all, it is still the same leaders of last week that are still same leaders of this week. Right there at the Nigerian Premier Football League. Ladies and gentlemen, Lobby Stars still rock the table at the TOP of it. Let's tell you that on Saturday we had games that played the Oriental Derby. Eyimba International came away from home and then took the only away win of the week against Heartland of Owerri. Heartland of Owerri, they have not gotten any wins so far this season. I'll also tell you that Remo Stars played a goalless draw versus Doma United, while the game between Plateau United and Rivers United was postponed for some technicalities.
Rivers were playing in the they played in the continent. They played
Play
against
Continental.
Yeah, and they won their
CD
match.
Lobito. They beat them by 3 goals to 0.
Amazing
One
football.
and they got Sulawesi ceremony. Yeah, they also won the first leg of the first game of their Cultures Cup game. So that's why the game was postponed.
And there was a stunning goal in that match
Absolutely.
by Paul
Paul
Ode.
Ode. What a
It
goal.
was amazing.
What a goal.
We are about 30 yards out. was
Last year,
amazing.
that's the contender for the goal in the CAF competitions.
Probably should be in the top 3 right now.
So far, yeah, so far.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, they already picking their numbers, but I don't know which one you're picking. You just may also let us know right there in the comment section. Do go there, drop it down, and also let us know what you feel. Well, let's tell you as well that Abia Warriors were able to defeat Enugu Rangers in the Oriental Derby, perhaps the biggest derby in the Nigeria football scene. We also had Kano Pillars and Benjamin Insurance play out a goalless draw. Katsina United and Bayelsa United, another draw. This one is 1-1. Kwara United defeated Gombe United by 2-0, while Lobby Stars stayed in charge right at Ape Akum Stadium to stay on top of the table by defeating Shooting Stars 2-1. Niger Tornadoes also got victory by a lone goal, 1-0 over former champions Aqua United. Sunshine Stars defeated Sporting Lagos 1-0 as well. And at the top of the table, what the table says right now in simplicity and clarity, it is Lobby Stars on top with 20 points after 10 games, and Doma United with 18 points. They are also there after 10 games. Shooting Stars have got 17 points in third place. They've also played 10 games, while Remo Stars are the ones in fourth position with 16 points after 9 matches. So far, the 4 teams that have the possibilities of continental responsibility. Are you confident enough, Chidi?
You know, I love the level of competition this season in the NPFL. I believe we're going to be seeing a new league leader at the end of every match day.
You know, it looks like it's Lobby right now.
Yeah.
Lobby's on the rampage.
Next week it could be Doma.
But Robbie has been there for quite a time. Because
Yeah.
I spoke with Coach Dobre. You know, this is the first time ever he's managing a team in the Nigerian Professional Football League. He's the head of coaches in Benue State, and he got the job when they said, okay, when they lifted this, everybody will have at least a CAF B to be able to coach in the NPFL.
Yeah.
And he got the job. And boy, the man has not failed to deliver. Just one loss since the start of the season. They sit on top of the table. Not where, anyway, a lot of people say, but they started like this last season and they went to the Super 6 and they capitulated. But come on, you don't win games by luck. I don't believe in that. If you win by luck, the next game you at some point you capitulate. So kudos to Lobby Stars and what they are doing. But I think the biggest point for me this week has to be Doma United to go away and grab out a point. I don't anybody also want to win.
From Remo
Against
Stars.
Remo Stars.
Against Remo Stars.
In that slaughter ground. To go there and forget about Aimba is playing Aimba have been playing Heartland a lot of times.
Yeah.
Heartland not in a good place
I
right now.
really pity for her.
They're not in a
Heartland
good
this
place
season.
like right now.
And they still have tough games coming
Ahead.
up. Like
So
I
not
said
so-
last week,
yeah.
they are playing Shooting Stars next.
But
Very tough game for them.
Well, just like you heard it, Haaland Owerri, they rock the bottom of the table at 20 spot. That's where they are.
second time in their history they could go down.
Well, they just came from relegation.
That's what I'm saying.
It's more like,
They went down for the first time some few years ago when we said they've never gone down. The only team that have not been relegated, they broke the jinx and dropped down.
and
Now
eventually
they're
now
about to go
they
down
seem like
again.
they're in number 20 on the table with only 6 points after 10 matches. They are the only team yet to record a win in the league so far this season. In 19th position, we have, surprisingly for me, Bayelsa United, a team that really did well at the ending part of last season.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, this season, they seem not to start so strongly. We don't know what really is going on there yet and go. But of course, we'll be finding out. They've got 9 points after 10 matches and in 19th position. Aqua United, Aqua United for me,
Stunning.
That's another
for me,
surprise.
it's
shocking.
It's so shocking for me.
A
Aqua
team that
United.
is managed by Paul Bassi.
What really happened to
What's
Aqua
going
United?
on?
I don't know. Well, they are in 18th position,
I still can't phantom that.
and they only have 10 points out of 10
You know, at some point
games.
they said, it was the gospel hours, so they moved to Eket Stadium right now. It's not getting better. It is not getting better. Wow.
It's not getting better, and they played a tough game against the Niger Tornadoes, and Bashiru Usman scored a lovely goal in the 64th.
I watched that game. They were for the love of God, to be sincere with you. I think Aqua United were second best throughout that game.
Yeah.
I watched that game and I'm like, wow. For some reason, I don't know, I'm kind of affiliated with Aqua, the kind of players they brought up from the team, likes of Mufondo, Odoak, all the
Uche Collins.
Exactly. So they had the great
Moses
team.
Ojo, Sheyi Oguntayo, amazing players. But I don't know what's going on.
Come on, man. I don't know.
Well, we don't know what really is going on with Aqua United, the champions of 2021 season. of the NPFL. I haven't moved to the nest of champions, their new stadium. They haven't really been living up to the expectation as built by their fans. Aqua United in 18th position with 10 points after 10 games. While in 17, as you heard, Niger Tornadoes, they've got 11 points out of 10 games, and that is not even looking pretty cheap.
Even with the win.
It is not looking pretty to me. It's not looking
But
pretty.
you know, going back to Aqua United, I think they can dig their way out of trouble because they have an amazing coach in Fatai Osho.
Yeah.
So I think he can still,
You know, he was
perform some
last
miracles.
season. It was Rivers United.
Yes, and he made the
co-host
switch.
and he wanted to go as a full-time number one coach, head coach. And so far, he hasn't been doing. It has been pretty selling for
Yeah,
him.
he has
But
a lot of
if
work
there's
on
anybody who
his
can turn the tide, like you said, the CV,
Yeah.
it gives a lot of confidence. That
Yeah, I believe he can do.
I think what he needs to do is to just I believe in getting one win first, and then you build from there. It doesn't have to be the game from somewhere.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's all about building from somewhere, and it doesn't get any better or any challenging than when you are really building from the very scratch of it. But this is not going to be as challenging as expected, as it is perhaps the biggest. But when it comes to prize money, it is the biggest in Nigeria's squash history. Yes, BSL will be having the very first Abuja Squash Open here in the Federal Capital Territory, live inside the squash court, Package B, MKO Abiola National Stadium, where we'll be having a pool of 64 players in the men category and as well as in the women category. And I tell you what, it is the biggest in prize money for the winners. Will be getting a whole sumptuous amount as huge as $500,000 naira to take home. First prize is 500,000 naira in cash, and of course the second prize will be heading home with 250,000 naira in cash as well. While the semi-finalists, because there won't be third place, semi-finalists will be getting 100,000 naira each. Well, it's not all, as we also have prize money for quarterfinalists, said round of 16 and as well as round of 32. Quarterfinalists will be getting 20,000 naira. Beg your pardon. Quarterfinalists will be getting 50,000 naira each. Yes, 50, not 20. While a round of 16 players will get 20,000 naira each, and then round of 32 to make home with 10,000 naira each. Both in men and women categories. And I think it's just laudable to see that squash in Nigeria is not that much celebrated, but a lot of people do not know that when it comes to squash in Nigeria, when it comes to Africa, Nigeria is number one. And even when we go to the PSA tours, we always prove ourselves strong. So Abuja Squash Open is going to prepare a platform where athletes will come in and prepare for the All African Games, Commonwealth Championship, and as well as 2024 Paris Olympics.
I think it's the right thing to do. I think we need to get out from that mindset of football, basketball, the normal sport. You see, like you said, squash. And imagine what has squash just done now. They are taking 64 players off the street. Job opportunities.
Make that 128.
No, I'm not giving an example for men 64, women 64. Take them off the street. Give them a lease of life. In these hard times. So this could be a way to galvanize the economy, to add value to the economy, and also add value to the lives of Nigerians. So it's a good sport. First of all, you have to keep fit. The facilities, like you said, is in Abuja here. Let's make use of it. Like you said, we're born in Africa, but not many people still know about the sport. But I'm happy that we're having things like this, and we're making the noise about it. We're sensitizing people about it to understand that there's a game like squash, and that we in Nigeria are the one in Africa, and you can participate. So what we just hear about this and go and watch the game and pick up interest. That is why we need to do more as we, the press, to ensure that this sports, not just football, we tell people about what is going on around them. Like I said once again, to me, I see it as 1 or 2 people off the street, and who knows? We could have the next best squash player in the world coming from this competition.
Well, of course, it's going to be a tournament that will be there to prepare athletes, especially for the international tournament next year. But before that time, this year is also will be helping athletes to celebrate hugely especially when they win these prizes. It's not just going to be about that. It's also going to come with ranking, national ranking, as it's actually being supported by the PSA World Tour and as well as Nigeria Squash Federation. I tell you that it's been brought to you by Bala Sports Limited, BSL, and as well as Child Care and Wellness Clinic, which is just fantastic, Chidi. I mean, you look at this company, a medical outfit, medical facility coming into sport, are coming to promote sport, because a lot of people don't know that medicine and sport work together. That's why you see high-performing athletes, they have a way of always joining in with medics. And of course, seeing that a medical company is coming here to promote sports in the way that they do, it is not just going to add to the pulse of the players. It is not going to just be about the preparation for international tournament. It is also going to add to the health benefits of all those who are
It's a very big boost to the squash community. You know, the tournament, it got a lot of support, not just the federation, so many esteemed partners too. So I think this is why we talk about private
sectors coming into sports,
coming to support sports, not just the government. So kudos to them.
Well, just in case you want to join in, you can be there at the Squash Court, Package B, MKO International Stadium. The BSL Abuja Squash Open will be live from 27th of November today till the very 2nd of December, as athletes across the federation from the 36 states of the nation and also the FCT will converge for the ultimate prize. Well, this is much we can take on the show. It has been exciting. It has been entertaining. It has been exhilarating. But first, this man did the deal. Thank you so very much, Chidi Nwoke, for coming out here today.
And we also have to talk about the return of Victor Osimhen before we go. Nigeria's finest. Yes, Nigeria's finest. He came back with a bang. He got an assist in Napoli's win
against Atalanta.
Yes, a tough game.
And Lukman Alonso scored in that game.
Yeah, he scored in the game. So kudos to Nigeria. Up Niger.
Up Niger. Up Niger, right. Up Niger. Thank you so very much. Not so reason for being here today.
I tell you, football is business. So I love sports all day long. Thank you for having me again.
This is your debut. Hope it's not going to be your last.
No, come on. I had a good debut, right?
Yeah, amazing.
I should be back again, maybe. Hopefully.
Of course, he should be back again. We will be back again next time. Same station, of course, is going to be right there. And make sure you join us also on our social media platforms. You can go there right now on Spotify. We are live for you to listen. Join us on our YouTube channel for all of the clips, the videos, the snaps, the posts, and the saves, and the downloads. You can also go on our social media platforms. Go to Instagram, get on TikTok, go there on X, and you will enjoy the very best that we've got for you. My name is Sean. Have a good one.